Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing the 3 marker challenge. So here's my container of alcohol markers, pens, pencils, and I'm going to be trying to do the 3 color marker challenge. So I'm going to try to grab either an Hoo-Hoo marker or a Copic Chow. There's 1, 2, let's grab one over here, 3. Alright, set that to the side. So these are the 3 markers I got. One of them is Raw Umber BR1. The other one is G5, which is a turquoise ink blue. And then the last one is Y2, which is a sunflower. I think these colors will actually look pretty well together. I was honestly expecting worse, so I'm very happy with this. Also, for this challenge, I'm not going to limit myself on if I can use fine liners or not. I'm obviously going to still be able to use my white gel pen and then my black fine liners, but I think that's going to be all I'm going to allow myself to use. I also want everybody to comment RIP in this video for this pencil because I have a feeling it's going to be its last use today. But these pencil extenders from Amazon work wonders. All you have to do is screw them this way and they tighten around the pencil, and then you can use the pencil till the very end of the eraser, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Also, look how close I am to finishing this sketchbook. I think there's probably about 5 or 6 pages left, and I cannot believe it. I'm so excited to finish this. So here's a little sneak peek into my sketchbook. In the last video, I had this off screen, and I ended up cutting it out and coloring it. I just don't know where I want to put it right now because I feel like this page is already full enough, so I'll probably draw something else there. And I also drew that as well, and this, and I just glued them into this sketchbook. I know I don't normally show the sketching process, but I actually remembered to record it this time. So here is how I sketch out the drawings I want. And as you can see pretty quickly, I chose a duck because I felt like the colors were perfect for that. And I honestly think I might want to do this 3 marker challenge again because it almost wasn't tough enough because I didn't really push outside of my comfort zone with the colors that I got. I did want this picture to take up most of the page because, as you know, I am very close to finishing my sketchbook, so the less I can do drawing-wise to fill up more pages, the better, because I tend to burn out if I have to do a whole bunch of smaller drawings to fill up a page. I cannot tell you how excited I am to finish this sketchbook because I feel like I started it and then I didn't draw for at least half a year, and then I started drawing again after I graduated college, and I haven't stopped since. And I just feel like I've finally loved and enjoyed art that I was creating through this sketchbook, so it's really special to me. Once I finish a sketchbook as well, it means I get to focus on another one, so I am very excited for that as well. And I am also very excited to test out the Hoo-Hoo marker sketchbook because, as you can see, I don't really have a marker sketchbook. Like, this one's not awful with bleed through, but I feel like the Hoo-Hoo one, because it's specifically made for markers, will be much better. But I will do a review on that sketchbook later, so don't worry. Also, I am overjoyed to tell you that I got a new desk chair, and I'm so happy because I got one off of Amazon where you can do like crisscross on your chair. And the reason I got a new desk chair is because my other one, when you would turn, it would make really loud noises. And also, the chair I have was too tall for my desk, so I felt like I was bending over a lot more, and my neck was hurting at the end of the day. And the desk chair that I had was so old that there was a pole that kind of sticks up from the seat, so it was really uncomfortable, and I felt like it was time to get a new chair, so I splurged and got one. I think because I spend so much time at my desk that it was important to get a chair that I was comfortable in and my body wasn't hurting at the end of the day. I will link this chair down below if anybody's interested. I got the version with no wheels and I think it was around 60-ish, 70-ish dollars for it, but it so far has been well worth it. But anyways, back to the drawing. As you can see, I did make quite a few mistakes. That's why I always have my eraser right beside me, because I know myself and I know that it's not going to be perfect on the first try, and that's okay. So the first thing I messed up on was the body. I made it way too big compared to the head, so I had to redo that. And then the beak angle on the duck just wasn't looking right, so I ended up erasing the whole thing and fixing that as well. Because I've been struggling with what to draw, I decided that I would try a challenge and then I would go from there on what I'm going to draw. Like for this one, I picked the colors and then inspiration kind of struck on what I was going to draw. I also would recommend, if you're starting to go through art block or a burnout, that you try different challenges. Like there's a 1 minute, 5 minute, 10-minute challenge, or I think it's 15, something like that. But one of those challenges is really awesome too, so you're not too focused on details, because I find I do that a lot, so I'll probably do that in the future as well. So this challenge also limits the art supplies you're using, because you're only using 3 markers, and in my case I'm using fine liners and white gel pen. But I'm not using my colored pencils, I'm not using my RTX acrylic markers, I'm not using anything like that. I'm just solely using these 3 colors to make an art piece. I did have a lot of fun creating this piece, and I would definitely do it again. I did wish it was a 4 marker challenge, because I really could have used a gray in this piece, but I don't think it turned out terribly for the markers I was given. I don't do challenges very often just because I don't think about it, and normally when I sit down to draw, I'll scroll on Pinterest for hours on end before I can find a reference. So this kind of alleviated that by giving me 3 colors and then trying to find out what would best fit those 3 colors. It's very interesting to watch videos of other artists do the same challenge, and I especially like it when they create a character with just 3 marker colors, because I think for one that is extremely challenging, but I always think that they turn out so well. So I can't decide if I want to do that or just like a monochrome character sheet. I don't know, but I had fun doing this duck. And I do draw a lot of birds actually, because it's just something that I feel like I draw well, so I tend to gravitate towards them. This dark yellow was honestly so perfect for this duck, because if I had a lighter yellow, I feel like there wouldn't have been as much contrast as there was. And I know ducks' feet are not yellow, they're normally orange, but again, it's a 3 marker challenge, so I used what I got. The legs are a little bit thick as well. I kind of wish I made them skinnier, because they are not very proportional to the reference I was using, but you make mistakes and it's fine. If you're wondering why I lay down my color first, it's because I find that if I do my line art first and then go over it with my alcohol markers, it tends to smudge the line work and just make everything look muddy. So I go in with my alcohol markers first and then add the line art at the end. I know that there are some fine liners out there that don't smudge when used with alcohol markers, but since when I'm coloring the marker tends to bleed a little bit, I don't mind actually putting the color down first. That way the marker doesn't bleed outside of the line work. I can do the line work after to fit the marker. With this piece, I think I was too much in my comfort zone because I don't think I struggled enough with where I needed to put the colors. So I'm kind of thinking that I want to do another one. I would consider this a practice run for the next piece that I'm going to do, because this is kind of getting my creative juices flowing and getting my sketching warmed up. So I think it turned out great, but I know I need to push myself more, so I'm going to try another one. I honestly do think as well that I left too much white on this duck, and I kind of used it as like a fourth color, but I didn't want it to look weird because if I filled it in with any color, it would either be the yellow or the green, and I just didn't feel like it would look like the duck I was going for if I did that. Because I do have a full-time job, I feel like I haven't had as much time to draw, and then when I do have that time to draw, I don't want to film it because I don't want to put the pressure of, oh, this has to be perfect. I just want to get some drawing in so that I can get some practice. So I really appreciate those of you who watch my videos, and if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for future videos. Especially subscribe so that you can see this sketchbook tour because I am extremely excited for it. I do have a bad habit of comparing myself to other artists, and I know we're all at different stages of our journey, so I really shouldn't do that. But I just feel like I haven't filled up as many sketchbooks as others have. Like, this is only my 4th sketchbook that I've completed, but then I'm like, wow, that's actually a lot of drawings and a lot of time spent drawing, so I shouldn't be sad about not filling up more sketchbooks. I should be proud of the amount that I have filled up. But enough of that. I am almost done with this drawing. I'm just adding all the little lines and shading that I like to do with my Micron pens. And this duck was really cute and fun to draw. This is one of my favorite ways to add shading to a drawing. Technically, it's not really shading because it's not a darker version, but I like to add a triangle shape and then do a lot of smaller lines in it, and I found it just makes the piece look that much better. I also added in all the feather textures that got missed because I'm using a big bulky alcohol marker. So I decided to go in with my 005 micron and add the feathers. This made it look a little less flat and added just that little bit more of detail and texture to the picture. I don't really have anything else to say, so enjoy the rest of this video of me adding the detail to this duck, and I hope you all try this 3 marker challenge, and I'll see you next week. And here is the finished piece.